This afternoon, we're helping people suffering from Alzheimer's, and we're also helping their families. We're getting you the resources that you need. Now, one of the toughest decisions is deciding whether it's time for a loved one to go into a caring home or if they can stay in their own home safely. A Colorado woman helps families make those decisions. She helps them lay out all of the possibilities. Joan Therese Seivert is the founder of Connections Unlimited. Thank you so much for being here, Joan Therese.
Thank you for having me.
You have been doing this a long time. Let's start with a little bit about your background, about 40 years in the industry.
Right. I've worked in the field of aging and disability for 40 years, and I started the company about 23 years ago, realizing that what I really wanted to focus on was helping families, helping them really understand their options so they could make educated decisions. So I created the network.
How do you go about it? What is the first step for a family who maybe is just approaching this? Maybe a loved one has just been diagnosed.
You know, the most important thing is to really have a good conversation with someone, to really ask the right questions and help them feel like you're concerned about the whole person, the whole family, the whole situation. And then we decide whether or not we want to meet in the privacy of their home, do an assessment, get all the information that I need so that I can be very helpful in helping them prioritize and focus. And they don't want to have to be overwhelmed with everything, so I try to lay out a plan for them that will work and give them some options that they can check out, and then make sure that they're making educated decisions. I just want to make sure that they've got the right information.
The reason you know so much, you've gleaned a lot of information over the 40 years, and as well as the past 25 that you've had your own business.
Yes.
What does work, what doesn't work, and you also have a very close personal connection to this issue.
I do. You know, my own grandfather was in a nursing home when I was a little girl. And I watched him, and I watched how it affected my dad. I watched how it affected our family every Sunday. What we had to do is go visit. And Grandpa was not happy with this setting, and he said, there's got to be something else. People should have some other choices. And today we have so many choices that it's a little overwhelming. People don't really know how to make those decisions. So I try to be that guiding light and help them and keep track of all that information for them.
Yeah. It seems to go without saying that most people want to stay in their own homes, around their own surroundings for as long as possible. But as we all know, that there sometimes comes a point where that's no longer a possibility. How do you help them find the right facility, the right setup?
Well, you know, when we're asking the questions and we're finding out from the family and we're looking at the house, we're looking at their resources, we're looking at their diagnosis, we're looking at their safety, we're trying to really figure out what is going to be best for the whole family. The cost is got a lot to do with it, because in-home care is great, but once you need to have 24/7 care, it can cost more than an assisted living. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes when you're dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's specifically, you want to have a structure, you want safety, you want the right activities, you want people that are trained and knowledgeable that know how to deal with this. And so we want to make sure that the family can still feel like family and that the person is getting the care that they need and that the family can come and go with that, because it's a process for a family to go through all of this. The Alzheimer's Association does a wonderful job helping families through the support process of this, too.
Yeah, it just must be so overwhelming, not only for the person who's been diagnosed, but every member of the family.
Oh, it is so overwhelming. It is so hard for them. And that's why you want to create a break, because I'm more concerned about the caregiver, the wife who's taking care of the husband with Alzheimer's. Something could happen to her because they get so exhausted. They do so much work. It's 24/7 for them. So you need to, yes, honor the fact that they want to be at home, but we want to look at what's the quality of life for the whole family. And when we make those decisions based on that, the finances and just how people feel with what has to unfold for them.
That's where Connections Unlimited really shines. You really just focus on the entire family. You're like a life coach for them all.
I am a coach for them, and I enjoy that. I enjoy being that coach, not only in the initial process, but I also enjoy being that resource, because once they have a confidence in me and we have a trust and a relationship, I've got the information. I can be there for that family all the way to the end.
All right. This is why we have people here like you today, Joan Therese. We want to give everyone the information that you need, the resources that you need if you have a loved one going through Alzheimer's. To reach Joan Therese and Connections Unlimited, just call them 303-238-0627. You can also reach her online. She's got a great website. It's her name, JoanTherese.com. JoanTherese.com. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And up next on Colorado's Best,